Hey there. Have you been in a situation when you were arguing on something you were certain about and then later found out that it's totally false? It probably felt awkward afterwards, right? Still, when you saw it from a different view, it kind of opened up your understanding. Strange or not, this kind of recognition happens regularly with many of us. We can look at the small, everyday things within a family, or we can talk about the discoveries you read and hear about in scientific researches, in the news, and on the internet. Some of these, of course, leave a bigger mark in our culture and in our history. Some of them become popular topics, things like health issues, for example, how much exercise is needed, or does blood type or date of birth determine what type of diet we should have? It probably won't be a surprise either to read about coffee, caffeine, or fat proved unhealthy in one article and then proved to be healthy in the other one in the same time. Scientists constantly argue about the reality. Some older theories said that the Earth is the center of our universe. And then other ones say now that based on newer observations, it just makes no sense anymore. Ancient cultures and religions have been teaching that we are much more than our physical body, and for thousands of years. And yet many still strongly believe in materialism today. Many of us see, though, that certain point of views, such as that one, just can't explain lots of existing phenomena, and denying their existence is simply unacceptable to us naturally experiencing them on a daily basis. Facts like twins can sense each other's physical and emotional state from far distances, or that there are special cameras that are able to take a picture of our aura and that actually reflects our mental, emotional, or physical well-being. Now, some of us can also sense those tapping into a source many denies to be real, since it just seems too unexplainably mystical to them. Some information on senses beyond our physical senses are still non-popular, and quantum physics and many tech innovations are still in their early stage. But still, since they do exist and they evolve, they open up more and more questions in us. What we all know already, though, is that whenever we shift our point of view, or we have a broader or closer view, we can understand even those phenomena that we thought to be illogical, impossible, or even unimaginable. The most significant changes in our lives, though, tend to be the most intimate ones that perhaps only we know about, because they shake our core beliefs and they shift our entire approach to the world and to our life. In a world of justifications, though, it's very easy to miss what's most important. We constantly justify what we do and how we act. We don't have to be a genius and to explain and prove something and then prove the total opposite of it within 2 minutes if it serves a purpose. The world of internet and virtual reality also always engages our imagination, and it encourages us to shape our self-image we want to see and express. But still, the greatest value is represented by a place where we can feel peace in the world of chaos, and where we can feel real love in the world of characters, pride contests, and the sophisticated yet widely expected show-offs. But that change, when you finally feel you can stop all that and to be content, comes from within. Scientists, when they look at something from a closer or a broader point of view, they'll have a better understanding of their subject. For that, they have to get as far from it or as close to it as they can. And so, how can we have the widest or the closest view on ourselves? If the subject of our perception is us, we need to follow the way of our perception all the way back to its source, to the one that perceives it all. Now when we do this, first we usually see our appearance, then we see our inner qualities, the way we act, and our inner dialogues. And going even deeper, we find various levels of our mind, like the subconscious or the unconscious one. We find our biology and chemistry as well. Now, recognizing our mind and body, how it works, is useful because it allows us to unveil these processes when they happen. We can get out of the trap of our automatisms faster, so they can lose their importance. But when we allow the noise of our mind to quiet down, we will see that the one looking at ourselves, the one we actually are, is different from what we believed ourselves to be. It might be an unusual experience, and also it can be a very familiar one, since it's our true nature. It's beyond all levels of the mind, beyond all our inherited generic information, beyond the body, beyond all systems, basically. A peek into reality beyond or behind our self-image and bodily experience beyond all levels of the mind, that's fantastic, that's great. And it can be even accompanied with an aha moment or a peak experience. But for most of us, it simply becomes a memory that's not going to be more than another image in our head. So we can either start building systems on that memory and get stuck with them later on, or we can remind ourselves to return to our true self again and again, keeping our experience, wisdom alive and be actually present. Self-discovery or self-inquiry is not remembering, not imagining, nor assuming who we are. It's putting every memory and every expectation aside and taking a closer look at our pure being with our pure eyes. Starting, ending, and frequently infusing our days with returning who we are is one of the keys to a new life. It can happen during an activity, using one deep breath, or in a full meditation, and in many other ways when you shift your attention from your tensions to what really matters. If you want to move beyond just believing without knowing the essentials of your life, knowing why you're here and what's your purpose in life, if you want to know who you really are and be certain beyond limited facts and beliefs, beyond physics, beyond what you and others observed and analyzed prior to the present moment, you have to discover that with new eyes each time. So I invite you to find a few moments throughout the day and be with yourself as many times as you can and as long and as deeply as you're feeling it's calling you. And remember, you are the key to your freedom, health, joy, and success. You are the key to yourself.